Hi.
Hello.
I always say hi to Josh, who's behind the camera. Hi, Josh.
Josh.
And I was going to say hi, Daniel, but I'm going to start with, is it Dan or Daniel?
Dan or Daniel is fine. Probably Daniel.
Yeah.
Better.
I go with Daniel. I think that's how I first
Right.
met you, or
Sure.
somebody referred to you. And so, but then I hear other people say Dan. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm not cool enough to call you Dan.
Right. It's a seniority thing, you know.
Okay. So, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
We just put your show up.
Yes.
And this is the third time you've shown work at Sarah Gormley Gallery,
Well,
which I think is exciting.
super exciting.
Yeah.
It's always good to be back.
Yeah, and
Important
I said in the email I sent out to invite people to the opening on Thursday that I'm still new at running the gallery and owning a gallery, but one of my great joys has been seeing your work evolve over
Right.
time. So congratulations, and the show is just phenomenal.
Thank
So I wore stripes today. So I wanted to ask you to share with us the significance of stripes in many of your paintings.
Right.
We had talked about it, but remind me of what the stripes symbolize or how they first came to be part of your body of work.
Yeah, I think initially the stripes kind of came in pretty randomly when I was trying to develop a character and studying art history at the same time. I think a lot of my favorite artists at the time, they were pictured in a black and white striped shirt, kind of similar to yours actually. And then there was something when I saw many of my favorite artists start wearing them, I was like, this has to mean creativity in some way. So it's always kind of catered back towards that as just, or how I self-reference myself as the creative by using the striped shirt.
So is it accurate or inaccurate? You'll tell me. Like in the paintings, if you see a figure in stripes, is that you or does it represent any sort of artist and creativity?
Yeah, I think now it's a little bit more looser until kind of more figuration comes back out, especially in some of these pieces. It kind of honestly symbolizing, umbrellaing the entire creative kind of mind consciousness, just the process while I was doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems a little more subtle in this show than
Right.
3 years ago or 2
Yeah.
years ago. So, but still in many of the pieces you see them.
Right.
So, tell us a little bit about sort of where you grew up and how that influenced your interest in art, and a little bit about your path now that you're the old man of age. Is that right, 22?
23, yeah.
23. Okay, so I'm
like to
not
say
making
my-
fun. No, but it's interesting.
Yeah, I grew up in Hilliard, so just right outside of Columbus. I was always kind of involved with art as far as my dad was an artist, so being young and trying to find things to do, he would sit down with us and draw. So, kind of art's always been with me in that way, where it's always either been a thing to do for fun or boredom. And then slowly graduating into schools and stuff like that, it was, of course, a pastime and school projects. But up until high school, it wasn't until kind of things clicked when I met Dan Gerdeman, my high school teacher.
Yes, Gertie.
Yes, Gertie. And he really kind of opened my eyes to what's happening in Columbus and how he's been involved with it. He's, a prominent artist within Columbus, Franklinton area.
Yes.
Sure, several other places that I haven't named, but it just kind of became a more reasonable thing to be able to do, because I feel like even just looking at art history, it's always seemed like this really exclusive kind of you gotta be in the right places type thing. But I think Gertie just taught me just do it for yourself and stuff.
And
like
the
that.
earliest start was graffiti, though,
Right.
right? Writing
Yeah.
graffiti.
Yeah, it probably wasn't
At what
my
age?
best time. Right out of 5th grade, so 6th grade.
So
me and-
12?
Yeah,
11?
well, my older brother was a little bit more of the starter of it. So once I surpassed him in the skills, that's kind of when we met up and started being able to go out. But I quickly kind of learned, especially with the areas that we did it in Hilliard. People found out about it, especially family. So it wasn't something to be able to. I learned kind of quickly. It just probably
Wasn't going to pan out.
At least for me, yeah. It's just not the way
Yeah.
I wanted to go. So I started I mean, still kind of using what I learned from graffiti, especially in spray painting. A lot of these paintings have a lot of spray paint on them. So definitely a lot of can control and structures and elements in art that you find in graffiti. I was able to translate from that into kind of my own personal work.
Lucky for us
Yeah.
that you have. You and I have talked a couple of times about how much of your work is inspired by the creative process and sort of your struggles as an artist, inspiration. So this might be a strange question, but like for you, ideally, what are you hoping people take away? Like, for instance, I don't want to say a specific painting, but are you hoping that they'll actually see and relate to your experience and or get something entirely different? Because they're not as narrative as some paintings.
I think, it's definitely, well, I think a lot of, especially when I focus on the creativity and kind of that subject matter, it's almost like, for when I looked at Gertie's paintings, it's like trying to pull out that desire to be creative and not have to completely think a certain way, or like, I mean, I feel like some of these paintings are weird enough where, I mean, it's just like, how is that a painting or something like that? But
but it's also very technical. I mean, like the execution on this one is so specific, and the spacing between the figures and the color gradation.
Right.
And so is your hope that people just see it as a piece of beauty and intricacy, or do you think that with the stripes and knowing that they'll kind of pick up on the part about the creative process?
I think, I'm more so maybe focused on just hoping to spread the creativity and allow people to maybe view paintings in a different way, or maybe even inspire them, but definitely as beauty. And that's I love my paintings. I think they're beautiful, so I'm hoping that just people that look at them, find the beauty in them.
Well, I hope you're feeling great about this show.
Definitely, I'm
exciting.
Excited.
Okay, all right, here we go. Speed round. Are you ready?
Yeah.
And you can pass if you want to.
Sure.
Okay, what is your favorite word?
I don't have a favorite word.
What is your least favorite word?
Exceptional. Exceptional is...
Overused? Maybe?
No, there's something about, I don't know, maybe the way I hear it coming from people, it seems not derogatory, but it almost seems like an aggressive way to say like you're good at something. And
note to self, I will never call your work exceptional, which I'm sure I have. Okay, what turns you on?
Creativity, colors.
What turns you off?
I don't know, pass.
Pass, okay. What is your favorite curse word?
Fuck.
What profession other than your own would you like to attend?
This is probably kind of way out there, but like herpetology, working with reptiles.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever worked at a zoo or anything?
No, but I've owned several snakes and geckos and lizards and stuff like that.
Okay.
I find them...
I want you to stick to the painting.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. All right. If heaven exists, sorry, no offense to any herpetologists out there. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
You done good.
Oh.
Good.
Awesome.
Something like that.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah,
This was
you're
great.
welcome.
Thanks.
This is awesome.